They should just make home like a full-on simulator kind of thing like that.
Or rename it Pokemon Prison so that's accurate.
I think there's a pretty good chance that Pokemon Sleep, they could announce some sort of integration with that into Pokemon Home. I think there's a chance for that. Because it's been enough time now where it's like I have a bunch of Pokemon that have natures, just for the record. They do have natures, and they have levels, and they're in my box, and I never use them, and instead of deleting them, I could transfer them to Home. Just like how that operates with Pokemon Go. So I think at some point, one of these presents, they are going to announce that. That's my wild card. Again,
Pokemon Battle Revolution or Stadium or something, a new one of those would be very welcome.
That would be the best.
The Stadium thing is interesting because like what that really would be, it would have to be like a Pokemon simulator. It would have to be like a Pokemon battle simulator.
Right? And to be honest,
we've had that
really
conversation.
useful, right? Like you can basically take what Smogon's doing and profit off of it.
Yeah.
Because it has better graphics and all too, No,
they definitely could.
That would be epic. I know the competitive scene is like really blowing up these days, so I don't see why they wouldn't.
Well, and there's constantly more and more drama revolving around like the Hackmon stuff, and that could potentially be a way to repair that bridge.
True.
I think I've said it before. I really think the reason why we probably won't get a Pokemon battle simulator is because Pokemon wants to like maintain the illusion, right? They want to maintain the narrative that like you are going on a journey, collecting your Pokemon, and then actually competing with your best friends. They want to maintain that narrative that is present in the story, that is present in the anime, etc. Right? I think
agree,
you
but
lose
I just
all
feel
of
like
that
we're
when
moving past
someone.
it a bit.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just that they, the Stadium, Coliseum, Battle Revolution, all those games existed when the Pokemon games were 2D on the Game Boy, Nintendo.
That's another reason, right?
And so it was a way to see 3D Pokemon battles. Well, we
don't have.
You have 3D Pokemon battles now. Now I still think though, like, as someone who wants those games, they're so different though. The difference was like you could see the Pokemon run up to the other Pokemon. They had the announcer. You felt like you were like Ash Ketchum in the like World Cup or in the, they need to do it.
That's true.
I agree.
But I'm trying to think about it.
It's a different experience.
It's also a great way to allow, a huge complaint. Soul, you're a victim of this complaint. Is that a lot of forms or Pokemon designs are locked behind gimmicks. Yeah. And if you allow for a simulator that can have these gimmicks, well, not only are those gimmicks alive, we get to have Z moves before the Sun and Moon remakes in 2032, but also like
this sounds like a dream game for me.
It does. It sounds it's one of those things. It's kind of like, how every time someone brings up the whole a Pokemon game where you get to go to every region, this feels like that to me. Like it's like that's too cool.
It doesn't feel that crazy, but
you're not going to the regions. You're just battling. Right, but they could make this they can make this new canon location where it's like, this is the Indigo League, right? Or what would it be called? The Plateau. This is the what do they call it? This is Victory Road. That's the game. Call it Victory Road, right? Pokemon Victory Road, and you're
honestly,
and that's sick.
How cool would it be if they set it in Paseo, which is the location?
Yeah,
that'd be epic.
And you have actual characters like that are in Master TX, like Steven comes in, Ash Ketchum, all these. That would be amazing.
And they create events.
It feels like
where like
talking about this show feels like as a kid when like you'd be walking in the toy section at the store and you'd see something really cool and you kind of open your mouth to ask your parent if you can have it, but they're not cool enough to get me this.
Here's the only. I think there must be a way where it's like you could still use your in-game team. Because I guess if you just register your team...
They did that in Battle Revolution.
Yeah, if you just register your team on the Switch, you just pop out Scarlet, you put in the new game, you open the new game, and it's reading the data that you have of your battle team or whatever, or maybe it just reads the data of your entire box and you can select from your team.
It could read it from your Nintendo account. That's what Home does, right? Like I don't even have to have Pokemon Scarlet in my Switch. I can have Let's Go Pikachu in my Switch, and when I go to Pokemon Home, select my user and look at my Scarlet save file. So you could have a game that reads the Pokemon Home that's connected to that user, the Scarlet game that's connected, so it's pulling the mons from all of that. But again,
I love that so much.
Game Freak, hear us.
Again, Father Game Freak ain't cool enough to buy us that toy.
That would get me so excited. That would get me so excited. And if there was still the area, the league in Paseo, if there was still like a little hub world that you could still navigate your character throughout, that would still be a ton of fun.
Can I be honest? I think this would overshadow any mainline game that they released that
I don't
year,
think
unless
so.
it was like a new
For
gen.
sure.
You know
It wouldn't
what I
though.
mean?
No, it wouldn't, because there's no story. But there's no
It would
story.
be like if they were like,
But there's no
if they
story.
revealed that and then immediately after were like, look, Pokemon Deep Black and Vast White, I'd be like, who cares? Go back to the Stadium game.
Give me Stadium 3 with all of these perks.
And I think Lumi, I think that's why they probably will never make that.
Right.
Unless there's a way where to unlock the full decks, the full Gen 5 decks in that battle simulator, you have to have the Gen 5 game, right?
Well, yeah, they would try to connect them. I could see that.
Of course.
If it's a remake, then obviously, but if it was a new gen, it would be different.
I don't know, but the more we talk about it, and this isn't even the focus of the episode, but the more I talk about it, it's like I think Pokemon game. I'm playing through Heart Gold right now. I just played through Black and White, and these games are so fun because they're just like the fulcrum of the game is built around the story and around the world, right? There's no like they don't need to pack all of these things into it that are only relevant because of post game, right? Do you know what I'm saying?
Kind of. We're just talking about a spin-off, really.
No, I know, but
I
think
best spin-off that we could get.
But if the spin-off game is a battle simulator, and then for Gen 10, battle simulators where the battles happen, that means all of these other games don't need to be these grand, massive games like Scarlet and Violet, which lowers the bar, right, and allows them to be focused experiences like Legends Arceus, which is what everyone loves so much, right? Yeah. Obviously, the difference is, Lumi, is that you could still battle in those games against your friends locally or whatever.
Yeah. Right? And I'd like that. I'd like that because, like, if I caught a brand new Pokemon, I don't think that should ever leave the core series game.
It's got to be battle.
And I even think VGC should stay on, the core games, but just give me a battle simulator, give me like some looser rules, like I can do no timer, I can do only megas allowed, so you can't use Z moves, G Max. I can do a free for all where like you want to use Terra, you want to use G Max, you want to use megas, you want to use Z moves, go for it. The
battle simulator is just the battle frontier. It is
literally
give
you
a
showdown. But something that Pokemon's profiting off of and has high quality animation.
And it can become
hate to showdown. It's a small thing. It's not meant to. So
and it can become a tool for competitive players, right?
Exactly.
It's like you're actually gonna be able to get more battles in, which means more practice if you use the battle simulator.